Congratulations, India, we did it again. Every decade or so, young Indians discover a new political movement that promises to shake up the system. In 2011, it was India against corruption. In 2026, it's the Cockroach Janta Party. Back then, millions of students, professionals, and ordinary citizens rallied behind what was presented as a pure citizen led anti corruption movement. Many genuinely believed they were helping create a new political culture. Then reality arrived. The public fallout between Anna Hazare and Arvind Kejriwal exposed deep disagreements about the movement's direction. What many participants thought was a non political citizens' movement eventually became a launch pad for electoral politics. Whether one supports or opposes the outcome is beside the point. The lesson remains the same. Young people invested their hopes in something they did not fully understand. Which brings us to the Cockroach Janta Party. Its branding is clever, its memes are sharp, its messaging feels fresh. And unlike traditional parties, it speaks the language of a generation frustrated by unemployment, paper leaks, and a political class that often appears disconnected from their realities. The CGP has now marked its presence at Jantar Mantar, drawing students from multiple states who have actively joined the protest and lent their voices to the movement. From all appearances, the crowd itself looks organic, driven by genuine frustration among young people over issues that directly affect their futures. In that sense, it is encouraging to see youth finally taking to the streets and participating in democratic action, where public pressure can potentially create change. But before joining any movement, one question matters: who is really driving it? The founder's public digital footprint suggests long standing involvement in political strategy and clear political associations. That alone doesn't invalidate the movement. People are entitled to political beliefs, right? What should concern young supporters, however, is transparency. Recent developments have raised questions. Dibke landed at the airport and, contrary to widespread expectations, was not arrested. This surprised many observers because Dr. Sangram Patil was reportedly detained immediately upon arrival at an airport and remained in custody for nearly a month over a social media post. The contrast has naturally led some to speculate whether there were clear instructions to Delhi police not to take action in this case. Questions have also been raised about how quickly permission for the Jantar Mantar protest was granted. Anyone familiar with Delhi's protest landscape knows that permissions are often denied on technical grounds or delayed significantly. Yet in this instance, approval reportedly came on the same day it was requested. Whether this reflects administrative efficiency or something else is open to interpretation. But it has suddenly attracted attention. The media response has been equally interesting. Now, National Students Union of India has reportedly been protesting on the same issue for weeks with comparable participation levels, yet has received far less national coverage. Meanwhile, the CJP protests have attracted extensive media coverage and attention. Critics argue that this disparity deserves scrutiny, while supporters would say the movement's novelty and online traction naturally make it more newsworthy. Another curious aspect is the messaging itself. The CJP has prominently demanded the resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. Yet, there has been little focus on the dysfunctional current regime. Despite the constitutional reality that cabinet ministers ultimately function under the leadership of the Prime Minister. Now, whether this is a strategic choice or simply a reflection of the movement's immediate objective remains unclear. There are also some organizational contradictions that make the situation even more interesting. The CJP insists that it is not a political party, yet it has held press conferences and appointed spokespersons, steps more commonly associated with organized political movements. It has also stated that it did not approach the Delhi police in advance for permission for its proposed protest on 6th June because it believed permission would likely be denied. At the same time, it says it intends to approach the police on the day of the protest itself and remains hopeful that the Delhi police will cooperate. Whether this strategy proves successful remains to be seen, but it certainly raises questions about planning, expectations, and the movement's relationship with the authorities. When a movement presents itself as an authentic youth uprising, people deserve to know whether it is genuinely independent or simply a smarter, more viral vehicle for existing political interest. Ironically, the two spokespersons often appear far more representative of ordinary young Indians than the founder himself. They come across as relatable, articulate, and genuinely connected to the frustrations they speak about. Many supporters likely see themselves reflected in them, but charismatic faces should never replace critical thinking. India Against Corruption taught us that movements can look grassroots while serving larger political ambitions. The branding may change from Gandhi caps to cockroach badges, but the question remains exactly the same. Are young people shaping the movement, or are they being used to shape someone else's political project? Your anger is real, your frustration is real. But before joining the latest viral rebellion, ask who benefits if it succeeds. History doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes. From the caps of 2011 to the cockroach badges of 2026, India's youth deserves moments built on transparency, not just aesthetics. One final observation. If the movement continues to gain momentum and if political calculations are already underway behind the scenes, there is always the possibility that Dharmendra Pradhan could eventually be asked to step down. Whether that happens because of public pressure, political strategy, or unrelated factors remains to be seen. For now, it remains speculation rather than uncertainty. And a final disclaimer, as far as I am concerned, I remain firmly in wait and watch mode. The moment may prove its critics wrong. It may evolve into something genuinely independent and transformative. Or it may follow a path that feels familiar to anyone who remembers 2011. At this stage, I am more interested in observing than participating. Read my latest opinion piece on why the lessons of India against corruption make me cautious about every new political revolution marketed to young people. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.